Welcome to the Pretext conversation for Triad Stage's production of Two Trains Running. At Triad Stage, we are committed to producing quality artistic work right here in the Triad, as well as working with our audiences to find the connections between the work we produce on stage and stories and issues found in our community. Pretext is designed to offer background information and context for this production. It offers you a sneak peek, a leg up. It's not necessarily information you need to enjoy the performance, but rather offers guideposts for your experience as an audience member. First, let's talk a little bit about the playwright August Wilson. This is Triad Stage's second production of a play by August Wilson. You might remember our production of Fences in 2016. Wilson was born Frederick August Kittle in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1945 and grew up in the city's Hill District. Wilson had little contact with his father in his childhood and changed his last name after his father's death to honor his mother. After dropping out of school because of a false plagiarism charge, Wilson educated himself through reading copious amounts of books at Pittsburgh's Carnegie Library and later began writing plays. He is best known for the Century Cycle, a series of 10 plays, each of which explored the experience of Black Americans during a different decade of the 20th century. The cycle takes place in the Hill District of Pittsburgh, where Wilson grew up. The cycle does not follow a single narrative or group of characters, but rather shares diverse experiences and challenges of the community of the Hill District as their neighborhood evolved over time. Two Trains Running is the seventh play in the cycle, taking place in 1969. Two Trains Running is set at a moment of change in the Hill District. In the late 1960s and 1970s, Pittsburgh residents struggled with the collapse of the steel industry, which caused a significant loss of jobs and skyrocketing unemployment. This challenge followed years of federal redevelopment of the neighborhood, which resulted in the clearing of 95 acres of homes and businesses to build public housing. This action displaced over 8,000 residents. White flight to the suburbs also hit the Hill District hard, leaving behind mostly African-American families and businesses struggling to stay afloat. Memphis's Diner, the centerpiece of Two Trains Running, is facing the ramifications of these changes as the city insists Memphis sell the property to make room for new development. You might consider how the loss of the diner could impact the characters and the neighborhood where it is located. One of the integral themes of Two Trains Running is the pursuit of justice. Memphis is determined to sell the diner for the amount of money that he believes is fair, rather than the initial price offered from the city. Another character you will meet early in the play, named Hambone, relentlessly pursues a long-withheld payment in the form of a ham for a job he completed years before. Though both characters are searching for different results, they are united by their desire to be treated fairly. You might notice other characters' pursuits of justice and the various ways they seek fair compensation and treatment in a society rife with racial discrimination. The entirety of Two Trains Running takes place in Memphis's Diner, and the scenic designers for this production, Mariah and Isabel Curley Clay, brought the diner to life. This design is based on Ed's Diner, which served as an inspiration to August Wilson when writing Two Trains Running. Their design also depicts what's outside the diner, including Lutz's Meat Market and West's Funeral Home, the owners of which play a major role in the story as they profit from the neighborhood changing. You might think about how the presence of these outside establishments affects Memphis as he prepares to sell the diner to the city. Two Trains Running highlights several of Triad Stage's core values, perhaps none more than community. This story explores how individuals from within a community with different values and different experiences navigate living and working together, and what happens when outside forces impact, for better or worse, the area where these neighbors reside. You might consider your own experience of the various communities you are a part of, whether they are at home, at work, or elsewhere. Whatever connections you find, we are thrilled to welcome you to this world of 1960s Pittsburgh and Two Trains Running.